My name is Kristin, and my story begins just about a little over 10 years ago when the father of my two older children was deported back to Honduras and was there maybe about 3 months, and then he committed suicide. My children were just about 5 and 7 at the time. I think at the same time they lost their dad, they lost me. So that threw me on a downward spiral to just go out every weekend and coat the pain by drinking, and drinking it sometimes at points to where I wouldn't even know how I would get home. Friday night, Saturday night, just get up and go. Come home Sundays, crying on my mom's knees, angry at God. I did this for nearly 5 years, just every weekend, leaving my children, making the worst choices a mother could. That I had tried at times during that time to look for a church, because my mom would always just tell me there was a God, that he loved me, he cared for me. I don't know, I was so gone, I really didn't have any questions, I was just angry. There was times I didn't even want to be here anymore. But I knew I was the only thing left for my children. That was all they had. And so I had to just keep searching, just keep finding. I know a lot of people say I have my own personal relationship with God, I'm seeking him, I don't need church, but for me, church has been a big part of my story. I continued searching and searching for, just asking around, asking people what churches were they involved in. And that's just when I came across a young gal that was coming to the church here, and we tried it out. We've been here ever since, but just even at the moment I arrived at church here at Vertical Encounter, I was dead inside. I would say by the time that I arrived there, I was past the point of just drinking on the weekends. I was starting to just steal my dad's painkillers and take them enough to just coat the pain, to be numb, to no longer feel. I would come home from work, pop some pills, get in bed, have no feeling. After coming to Vertical Encounter, I don't know where to begin. There's been a lot of growth, a lot of victories, a lot of setbacks. The main scripture that sticks to mind for me is Exodus 14:14. The Lord will fight for you, you need only to be still. Because I just remember always trying to fix things on my own and keep everything under control on my own. And that would never work. There's so many things that I'm grateful for. As soon as I began getting into it, because I would think just like anybody else, my money, how do I part from my money? I'm a single parent, I can't raise my kids by giving my money away. But I did, I just faithfully just started tithing in 2019. Okay, I'm gonna test this out and see if it works, see if it's true. It's just weird how things work, because soon after, the father of my youngest daughter, he had been in Honduras for nearly 8 years, her whole life at the time, and there was no movement on his case. And as soon as I started tithing, I would say within 3 months' time, he was back here in the States. So it doubled my income of what I was giving out, came back in double or triple at that time. Soon after, getting raises at work. We're a small agency, but even at work, we see where God's providing for us. Now I'm making more than I ever made in my lifetime. It's still not and I don't ever want to be rich, but it's enough to be comfortable, enough to have just finally purchased my own home for my kids. He hears you when you cry out, because even just 2 years ago, I was still smoking. smoking cigarettes. Like all the stress, like, okay, so I like freed up on going out every weekend and stopped drinking every weekend. But you know, that stress is still there. There's still something underlying that you still have to work through. So it was like, okay, I'm smoking cigarettes. But like, I remember like when it was at one point, I was just like smoking my last cigarette one night and I'm just like, God, like I can't stop this on my own. You just have to take this from me. And that was the last cigarette I smoked 2.5 years ago. He was always there during my storm. I just couldn't see it. I was in too much pain, I think, to even see how many times he kept me safe. I would tell people, even when you fall back into your old ways, just don't ever let go. You can't ever lose the faith. You have to keep seeking him, keep praying. Stop trying to control everything. I think I'm testing him again at this point. I'm testing by every sermon that pastor gives. It's like, get out of your comfort zone. You got to get uncomfortable. And I mean, that's why I'm here now, right? I'm getting uncomfortable. I'm going to greet for the first time on Sunday. That's me getting uncomfortable. I'm ready for the next level. Like, yeah, I don't feel lonely anymore. It's like a leap of faith. You're just like, okay, I'm going all in.